Okay, I'm going to walk through Scimitar and the AI terminal and AI remote. So we'll just do a little tour Scimitar real quick. Everything is custom textures. Well, they're textures from the game. Vanilla, but repurposed. Scimitar is a completely unique ship. It's not a repurposed Guardian or Scorpius. It's a brand new ship. Alright, let's see here. Just gonna walk around. So, here's your inventory. These are the custom workbenches. You get a crate with stuff in it when you start a New Game Plus. And here's the AI interface, which we'll get to in just a second. So if you have Rover Hall, or use Rover Hall, compatibility is already built into it, as you can see. There's also Xenomaster compatibility, which I have in a patch, which I will have separately included. You see I built a nice 8-slot, well actually 8-person with 2 more for the floor brig into Scimitar. In this of course there's a useful brigs patch, so that once that's activated, you'll have function, of course, obviously to this, and that's that. All right, so let's get to first. We'll do the remote device. All right, so basically, I tried using quantum essence as a currency, but it's kind of buggy, and the vanilla system is the vanilla system sucks. Anyway, so I created a new currency for basically everything in my mod. You can see how much you have. You get this from scripted events or from fighting Forsaken, which are a new enemy. So let's go back to the functions. You can grab shift. This teleports you to your shift pretty much from anywhere. It puts you at the back of the ship, basically like you walked in the door from outside. Don't use it if you're somewhere where you're not supposed to be able to teleport out, like if you're, trying to get the comm spike for the Crimson Fleet and you just have to go through the quest steps, whatever. There's also a shop. This resets every 2 days. It's basically just a terminal, a trade authority terminal. And here, Nepenthe is a complete heal. It'll cure environmental damage and also works with difficulty settings. So if you're on max difficulty where meta items only improve, this will heal everything. At the cost of 1 Forsaken Essence, and you have to have at least 100 star power and it exhausted. That's basically so you can't spam it. Let's go back. So we go down, you can summon Scimitar to you pretty much anywhere. I didn't put any restrictions on where it can go. Of course, obviously, Scimitar is it's kind of a sassy AI. So summon vehicle, unable to summon vehicle because I'm in my ship. All right, there are some things that are added through patches, which I won't release here because these are paid mods. Stuff that's a free mod that's released on Nexus, I will have patches for, like Wonderful, Amazing, Ghost Riders, Xenomaster. So I did actually build in functionality of this, so it can save you on some weapon slots. And there's also cargo hold access, in case you have that turned off. Alright, so let's go over and look at the big terminal. Alright, so this kind of like, the main line. This is a crafting bench. It lets you do some things that you can't do, on the regular crafting benches, and I wanted to cut down some clutter. So, AI data slate, that's the exact same thing that you get when you get on the ship the first time, but you can make another one in case you lose it. Let's make a key ship, just kind of fun. Alright, so let's go to the terminal, alright? Oh, let's just take a look at the gear real quick. I might as well over here. This is the custom weapon I made. It's pretty cool. It, all the perks are custom. It also allows you to knock a target unconscious if you're crouching, unless you one-shot kill them. I set it up to not do, you can't not do damage, but it completely heals on hit, but it will stun, so it sets up like an EM dot, so it makes for some fun gameplay. This is also a quest weapon, which you can get at NG20. The dark armor is the armor that comes with the mod. The skins are custom for this and Starfire Omega. This mod in its highest form at NG20 has 23 different effects on it, and it's a single piece of armor. So, when I was making this mod, a lot of the issues I was having was with different pieces having... the engine's only really designed to be able to put, I guess, 12 effects at one time, or 12 mods on at one time. So when you've got like mods on your backpack, your chest, or your spacesuit, your helm, your weapons, then clothing, it kind of was causing lag for me. So I just decided to do something different. All right, so there's also apparel that you can get. That's my clearance version, which won't be in here, but there is a basic version which you can mod. All right, so let's go to the terminal. First thing, of course, you get another look to see how much Forsaken Essence you have. Same thing, the shop. Forsaken Essence. Okay, so this is the currency that basically lets you do everything in this mod. And I actually put in a function to convert Quantum Essence to Forsaken Essence. So if you have some Quantum Essence, you just can convert it. Oh, QE corrupt. Yep, there we go. Attempting repair. So, there's actually, this is actually pretty good. Let's check. All right. All right, so I don't have any. So, if you have this bug or not, but sometimes your Quantum Essence can go to negative, and it will show like a 4 billion number here. I built it into the script. I built a repair for that, so if your Quantum Essence ever goes negative, you can fix it with one button. And that is actually under the debug tools. So we'll just go down to here, debug uninstall. Hey, it's displaying correct value 0, and then of course there's an uninstall feature, which basically resets anything you do, removes everything from the mod that makes changes to actor values, game settings, whatever, and returns to normal. Then you can just uninstall the mod. All right, so let's go back to Forsaken Essence. All right, so you can craft the first version of all the Dark Armor, the Dark Blade, or Exigency, which is the rifle, the base rifle that comes with the mod, at an industrial workbench at NG0. So you don't have to go through the Unity for that. But once you do, you'll need to be able to craft your the upper tiers. You'll need to, basically have Scimitar, Forsaken Essence, and then use what you have in order to use the previous version to craft the next version. Weapons, Exigency, Dark Blade, Starfire, Omega. And of course I try to put in the requirements for everything. Starfire Omega is kind of my pinnacle weapon. It's not included in any, it's cool. I like it, it's fun. Anyway, so to get Starfire, you have to do the Vanguard quest, go into the Armistice Archives, and then you get the weapon there. If you've already done that, I flagged an actor value, so you can use for 50 Forsaken Essence on subsequent universes, and then grab shift to the Armistice Archive. So I'm actually kind of curious to see what happened here. Let's just see how good my scripting is. I'm in space, okay? Here's my ship. We're in space. All right, let's go here. I have plenty of Forsaken Essence. All right, let's go to weapons, Starfire Omega. Well, let's see if I can get back to my ship. All right, hey, I'm in. All right, and that is the chest that you would normally get it from. Okay. All right, let's go back. Let's see if I can go back to my ship, or I crash. Grab shift. Oh, hey, look at that. It worked. All right, cool. That's good to know. So we're back on the ship. I'll go back to the menu. Back to the Forsaken Essence. All right, so you went through the gear. Miscellaneous. Okay, so Starfire uses Starfire ammo. You basically convert Forsaken Essence into ammo. You can turn, if you have too much Forsaken Essence, you can turn it into money. And you can increase your star power. So I have 500 right now. All right, we'll just hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see if it worked. Yep, I have 600 star power now. All right, good. All right. You can also make a, the stupid thing with the vanilla using your Quantum Essence, having to go through the menu and hit R button to use it, and then back out for 60 seconds buff that takes 10 seconds to get to. That's gone. You can actually use your Forsaken Essence and make a Quantum Infuser. All right, and then that is an aid item. So you just go to here, aid. Where is it at? Oh, Quantum Infuser, right there. There it is. So basically, condense Forsaken Essence, it increases your star power regen for 90 seconds. So that's always good to hotkey because the way my mod's set up, you go through a lot of star power. for the offensive abilities. All right, so let's go back to that again. Forsaken Essence. Slanius, we went through all those. Scimitar link functions. Okay, so this is the first. So, all right, so enhanced functionally. So when you first get on the ship, okay, you're going to run over here. You're going to go to Scimitar AI interface, and so you can't see very much here, okay? That'll show 0, unless you have some already. But everything's pretty much locked, so you need a link to the ship. Engage link. This actually also gives you a remote terminal, but when you come into the game, there's a slate here for some lore, and then there'll be a terminal sitting over here. All right, so go to 0. All right, it's working. All right, so once you're linked, you can do spell enhancements, particle beam enhancement, and gravity wave enhancement. Particle beam, let's just turn this off for now. We'll go to gravity wave enhance, plasma blade off, remove link. All right, so now if you go here, you're going to go to your vanilla. Basically, just your vanilla effects right here. Gravity wave, particle beam, just good old, regular, boring. Well, I did change the graphics a little bit. And, gravity wave actually looks like a little mini black hole. Looks cooler than the sparkles. All right, so the ability to do these sorts of things doesn't unlock until NG10, until your powers are maxed out. So once this menu should be grayed out until then, but it won't work. So say you turn, okay, once you get to here, you turn black hole on. You're now linked to the ship. Gravity wave enhancement. Let's turn plasma blast on. It's on. All right, let's find a special friend here. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's All right, so now. All right, well, obviously he resisted because he's tough, but you get the effect. It's gravity wave and roasting damage. Particle beam turns into black hole, which does a lot of damage. It takes a lot of mana, or star power. So we'll just go here. We'll consume my infuser, and you see star power regenerating. All right, so let's go back to here. Now that we're linked to that, we're going to link engage, Scimitar link functions. All right, so AI functions. Okay, so AI pilot, AI skill. All right, so you can, at NG1, you can engage the pilot. This does not unlock the ship piloting skills, which you can raise individually. It doesn't unlock until you've completed the Ryujin Neuroamp quest line, which is, a saved actor value, and are linked to the ship. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Deactivate piloting function. AI function. Okay. So now when you let's get into Scimitar pilot seat. All right, so you can see I'm missing a couple of pips. All right, so let's go. Just gonna get up. All right. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, since I have lots of Forsaken Essence, alright, so at NG1, you can actually, this can be activated for nothing. It tells you what you get. 1 shield, 1 extra damage, 1 anatronic fusion, weapon serving partly rank 2, okay? So let's go ahead and turn that on. Alright, so if you want to, that gives you the basic functions. If you want to raise other functions or add more, you just go to piloting skills once you meet the prerequisites. And it tells right here. So say we want to add astrodynamics. Upgraded. Already at max level. EM weapons. Upgrade skill. Upgrade skill. Max level. We'll do missile systems. Particle beam weapons. Alright. Payloads. Oops. Piloting. Alright, so it's max level. So now, let's see, did we get everything? Oh, Starship Engineering. Alright, so basically we just maxed out every possible crew skill. I only took it to level 3, so in case you do want to get somebody that has a level 4 crew skill because you want a physical body on your ship as a crew, that will overwrite the skill. So now let's take a look at what we have here. So now we've got, and these once you have these turned on, they will work for other ships too. Now you can see we got our extra pips. Shield should be giving an extra pip, so maybe I need to reload. Let's try this again. If not, it's just a little bug I can tweak. All right. All right, I'll fix that. Anyway, so let's go back to the menu. But you get the gist of it. So basically, the whole point of this mod is that you're linked to the ship and you can do all kinds of things because you're linked to Scimitar. Right, so you basically can eliminate a lot of crew, which most of the crew suck, talk too much, all that kind of stuff. Let's go back to here. Alright, so this is of course the same thing that's on the terminal. It can heal all environmental damages, anything basically, you know, that you damage you have. Use the same system as the terminal. Alright, so let's go to here. Forsaken Summoning Gate. Alright, so this is a way to get how to summon my new NPCs. You can summon Starborn. This will create a beacon. They'll summon up 20 Starborn and it will be a mix of regular Starborn and the new Starborn if you've injected them into the game, which I'll show you that in a second. Alright, so to get Scimitar Omega, which is this ship, the third version of Scimitar, you have to do, we'll get to that in a second, but it's part of an unlock quest. So you go down to here, Forsaken Soldiers. Basically, after you unlock the ship, if you just want to fight the soldiers, which are pretty hard, you can do that. This is the one you need for the quest. It tells you even up here, and we're like Scimitar Omega. Alright, and then the Forsaken one is basically a raid boss I made. He's really, really hard. He uses my Pinnacle weapon, has a ton of resistances, and is just really nasty. It can pretty much, he's almost impossible to kill without either pets attacking him or companions attacking him. So he's lots of fun. Alright, so let's go to this menu. Okay, so patch content isn't going to really be applicable to this because these are paid. The menu will still show up in the patch. This menu will still show up in the Nexus version because messing with terminal menu items is just a pain in the ass. So you know, they'll just show that you require these mods. So when I do release this for Xbox and the paid version on Creations, these will be functional. All right. Debug uninstall. You can see that's just the quantum essence fix which we went through. It's already displaying the correct value. And then the final thing is the, actually a second to last, is the unlock Scimitar Omega. So Ultimate Starborn ship, it's the third version of it. You need, actually just needed 2 by 19. 300 or more Starbower, fully linked to Scimitar AI crew pilot function activated. Defeat all the Forsaken at a single battle, use the single summon slate. So what this does is it adds the ship, but what doesn't add it directly to your fleet at NG19 because you can't have 2 Scimitars at the same time the way that I have it set up. So when you go through the Unity for your 20th trip, you end up on Scimitar Omega. You do get a little toy that you can sell for 1.2 million credits though if you're NG19 and unlock the ship. All right, but the way that this is kind of a staggered unlock, so you can get you can actually fight the Forsaken at NG15. So you can have everything basically set up. So when you get to NG20, all you got to do is, or NG19, and you have everything done, you can unlock this. And you know, if you're at that point, I mean, if you've gone through 19 times, going through it 20 times is not a big deal. It takes like 45 minutes to do the main story. All right, so this is another thing too, which I have a lot of fun with. So I keep my mod at the top of the load order, and well, I like that because it just helps me debug things easier. But if you want to fight more Forsaken, you can go to here. You're expecting higher and get ship beacon alert Forsaken. All right, so what this does, it'll draw a great deal of Forsaken, include the hybrid human Starborn. So these are all enemy faction variants of Starborn. You have your original Forsaken. There's 8 different kind, not including the boss. And then for each faction, there's 8 types called, Forsaken, Pirate, Death Seeker, Forsaken, Pirate, Truth Speaker. Um, and anyway, it just makes it a little bit more fun because they're tough. Uh, the full version of them, they wield the Exigency 3, which is the NG10 game or NG plus 10 weapon, and the Dark Blade, which is a nasty, nasty sword, which I'll kind of walk through in a minute. But it gives a 50% run speed bonus. So you've got Starborn wielding a weapon that makes them run a lot faster. It has a nasty dot damage on it. That's 25% increased range. So that makes for some fun. All right, so okay, so when you inject mobs and inject NPCs into the game with ad form, it can make duplicates of them. So you'll end up, if you hit that a bunch of times, it would make multiple copies of it. But I set the script up to detect if it's already been used. And if you want to deactivate the beacon, that's fine too. Just be somewhere where there aren't any NPCs around. So we'll disable it. All Forsaken cleared, ready for injection. All right, and we're going to load a save real quick. We're going to save it. All right, here we are, and let's go back here, and we want our NPCs back. All right, and so you get the pop-up. Scimitar does like to talk to you. These guys contain... I need to check that message. They contain a single Forsaken Essence, and they leave a corpse. So they're not like regular Starborn. They actually use the loot table for regular factions. So they won't look like Starborn. Their names will just be different. But they'll be dressed like Crimson Fleet, or Varun, or Ecliptic, whatever. They do leave a corpse, and they do give you 1 Forsaken Essence. All right, I think that's about it. So, enjoy the mod.